Now I'm gonna share with you my 4 tips to make the perfect chocolate chip cookie, like this one. Let's get started. Whether it's cakey, chewy, crunchy, whatever consistency you prefer, these are the 4 techniques that will take you to chocolate chip cookie heaven. First off, 2 sugars are always better than 1. You wanna start off with some granulated sugar. Granulated sugar will make it extra crunchy, where light brown sugar, lightly packed, will give it that nice chewy consistency. It's a sweet cookie. Then you're gonna mix it up, and your sugars are done. Second tip, it's all about the butter and how you cream it. You wanna start off with room temperature butter. This will help make everything combine. I also start with unsalted butter because I can control the salt. Turn that on to high. It will be lighter in color and it'll give you the consistency of mayonnaise. After it gets nice and creamy, you're going to add your sugar. It's gonna increase in volume, it's gonna get super fluffy. And don't worry, you can't overbeat it. Just let it go. If you don't have a stand mixer, you can also do this with a hand mixer, but I definitely won't do this with a whisk. Just go buy your cookies. Now let's talk about tip number 3. It's all about the eggs. Remember to take good care of them. Oftentimes, people do forget to take them out so they get to room temp. What you can do is take a bowl, fill it with warm tap water, and you can let it sit there for 5 to 7 minutes to take the chill off, and it's nice and warm inside. Crack the egg and add it in. And keep in mind, it will look curdled. That's totally normal. Add the second egg, and make sure you don't have any shells because you don't want that extra crunch. Add a little vanilla for flavoring. Pure vanilla extract is best. All the wet ingredients are ready, and let's talk about tip number 4, which is all about the dry. When you're measuring flour, make sure you don't go like this. That's not measuring flour. What happens is you get these huge air pockets and you're not actually getting the right amount of flour. The correct way is to take a spoon and spoon it in and never pack flour. It's nice and airy. Shake off a little, take a butter knife and scrape it off. Now that is a 1/3 cup of flour, the right way. Add that in. Continue. Great. Flour, check. And every good baked item has a little hint of salt. Then you're gonna add some baking soda or whatever leavening. And before you add it into your mixing bowl, you wanna give this a quick whisk. Everything should be incorporated before joining the party. Then they could be one big party. Another great tip is I like to take a spoon, or you can pour this on parchment and you can scoop it in so it doesn't get everywhere. Also, add your flour in batches. Go slow. No flour facial. Once that's incorporated, you can start adding smaller batches. I usually like to give the bowl a nice scrape down after the second batch. Now with the very end, you can just dump it in. But make sure you scrape it off the paddle. On low. And you don't want to overmix it, just until everything's all in a good harmony. Perfect. And now, my favorite part, chocolate chips! I like to do the very last step by hand to ensure that I don't overmix. You can use semi-sweet chocolate, you can use bittersweet, you can even use milk chocolate, but please, don't use white chocolate. Now that it's all mixed, you can scoop them out on a baking sheet and you can pop them in the freezer, and when they become little frozen balls, you can take all of them, pop it on a zip top bag, and you can make them whenever you want, whether it's a long day or you want a last minute dessert. And don't eat raw dough, it's not the best for you. All right, well, I'm gonna pop this in the freezer. But meantime, I'm gonna eat this cookie.
Just that sound of it.